What's up, everybody? And tonight I wanted to make a video talking about some artists in the music industry that I feel are just super overrated, in my opinion, for one reason or another. So stick around and let's talk about it. This is Dancing with Ghosts. Taylor Swift. One of the most played out compliments I always hear about Taylor Swift is that she writes her own songs and actually plays guitar. Congratulations on getting an award for being able to do something that, as an artist, you're already supposed to be able to do. I guess it's because it's pop music, and most of the time the audience simply doesn't care who writes what. They're just there for the pageantry, but occasionally when an Alicia Keys or John Mayer or Taylor Swift pop up, they're all like, oh, they're actually playing an instrument. For some reason, it lends them so much more credibility. When in rock music, it's not only required that you play an instrument, you have to innovate on that instrument above everyone else. And let's talk about Taylor Swift's music. I'm not a fan, and I never have been. And yeah, I get it. Real edgy Josh shitting on Taylor Swift. Who am I going to dunk on next? Justin Bieber? But I don't care. Her songs are two-dimensional. I can listen to the song once and never feel the need to listen to it again. And with Taylor Swift, she is never going to throw anything at you that challenges you in any kind of way. Maybe the closest thing she got to was the song Look What You Made Me Do, which had an interesting electronic synth pop vibe to it. And the chorus really did throw me for a loop in a good way. But aside from that, the rest of her pop stuff is boring, and her early country stuff is fucking unlistenable. I'm happy for her longevity and success, but I think she is highly overrated. Guns N' Roses. Oh my god, I am so sick and tired of hearing about this band and their bygone 1980s reputation of a bunch of bad boys from the Sunset Strip, and how cool Slash is with his stupid cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and fucking Axl Rose. My god, that guy oozes asshole from every pore of his body. Not to mention, the guy cannot sing. This dude's voice sounds like a whiny child. You see, although Axl does have a normal singing register that he uses sometimes, he mainly prefers that nasally falsetto voice because it's supposed to sound badass. I love how Guns N' Roses are supposed to be these tough guys, and the singer is over here like, oh man, better not mess with the edgy guy from the Bee Gees over there. Their music is so far beyond overplayed, it should be a crime at this point. Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, they can all go suck a dick. I could go the rest of my life without hearing any of these songs again, and I didn't even like them that much in the first place. Honestly, I have no idea how this band got as big as they did, and I don't know how they've remained relevant, but in my opinion, they are criminally overrated. Drake. An actor who is playing the part of a street-hardened rapper. Aubrey Drake Graham was groomed to become a big deal. He was taken under the wing of Lil Wayne and pretty much became an overnight hit in the world of hip-hop and pop. I have never seen an actor transition so seamlessly into a music career before, especially hip-hop, where your street cred means everything. But Drake doesn't have street cred. So instead, he plays off the whole, I'm a sensitive rapper / lover boy shtick. And it worked! All of his albums and mixtapes shoot straight to the top. Drake has some decent songs here and there, but by no means do I feel like he should be as big as he is. It sounds like he's talking in all of his songs instead of rapping, and sometimes he is just talking in his songs, just straight up talking. I'm also tired of the whole Drake persona, like the whole larger-than-life player who has all the money in the world and gets all the girls and is the smoothest man on the planet, acting like he's entitled to all of it. Like, all of this should just belong to him by default because he's Drake. I gotta say though, lately his shit ain't been hitting as strong as it was 5 or 6 years ago. I don't have people at my gigs requesting new Drake songs. They only want to hear the classic Drake era. So maybe he's finally starting to fall off, which I think is long overdue. The Rolling Stones. I feel like this band is more known for just how long they've kept limping along in their career rather than their actual songs. They are literally the first and only band other bands bring up when they talk about longevity. The amount of times I've heard the quote, look at the Rolling Stones, they're like in their 90s and they're still doing it. But this band is the epitome of bland. Firstly, like most white rock musicians in the 1960s, the Rolling Stones ripped off a lot of their licks from black artists. So I honestly don't know what they actually wrote and what they just lifted from somebody else. Second, Mick Jagger's voice sucks. There is nothing special about it. His bluster and ego allowed him to sell his crappy singing, I guess, but I've never liked the sound of his voice. People like to compare the Beatles to the Rolling Stones, but I feel there is no comparison. The Beatles had songs. If you were asked to name a classic Beatles song, dozens of songs pop into your head. The Rolling Stones have hits, but none of them, to me, are that great. Paint It Black is probably the only song by them that I think is decent, but that's only because it doesn't sound like a Rolling Stones song. Their marketing is also overrated. I'm sick of seeing that stupid tongue logo on everything from white trash titties to t-shirts to lighters, which can be purchased at any highway gas station around the world. This band is so overrated. So those are some of the groups I thought were overrated. What do you think? And do you think my reasoning is sound? Do you think I made some good points? I would love to hear what bands that you think are overrated or artists or whatever. And I may do a part 2 if this video does well, because I've got plenty more where that came from, because I'm a grumpy old man at the end of the day. So anyway, make sure you let me know in the comments below what you thought about this list. And until next time, please have a good rest of your night.